Hi guys, welcome to this segment of Going Deeper with Pastor Jam. What we're doing week by week is we're taking a passage or a section of the sermon from the weekend before and then doing a deep dive. We're going a little bit deeper than we could have in the Sunday morning service. This week, we're of course wrapping up a series that we've been calling Stop Running Scared. And week by week, we've been talking about some of the fears that Satan often uses to keep us from becoming who God made us to be and accomplishing what he put us on this planet to do. This past week, we concluded with the message on Stop Running Scared from commitment. Let's be honest, we've all been at those commitment moments where we know it's time to make a commitment and we pause. We go, if I say yes to this marriage proposal, if I say yes to this job, if I say yes to Jesus Christ, if I make a commitment on this point, I know that's going to put me on a direction. It's going to take me to a place, and fear will often accompany that moment of decision. Tragically enough, quite often, that refusal to commitment, that fear of commitment, will prevent us from going down the very road that God has designed for us. This past Sunday, we actually concluded with one of my life verses. It's one of the verses that I have used as a touch point in my life. I'm not going to pretend that I've done this perfectly by any sense of the word, but it is one of those verses that I keep coming back to and saying, okay, old boy, how you doing? Because this is what you want. So how you doing? Let me read it to you. 2 Chronicles chapter 16, verse 9. For the eyes of the Lord range to and fro throughout the entire earth to strengthen those whose hearts are fully committed to him. So you get the picture of the verse? God is scanning the planet, 7 billion people. And what's he looking for? He's looking for men and women whose hearts are absolutely, fully all in. I am a follower of Jesus Christ. That's the bottom line for me. I've stepped across the line and I'm not going back. I am fully committed to the God of the universe. And when he finds one, he says, ooh, there's one. And he shows himself powerful through them. He does amazing things through them, in the process for them, but more importantly, for the people around them. He's talking about being fully committed to him. The problem is, if you read the rest of the verse, there's a phrase that makes you go, what? Wait, what does that mean? You see, the last phrase in that same verse is, King Asa, you have done a foolish thing, and from now on you'll be at war. What you just said, the eyes of the Lord are looking for somebody who's fully committed, and so he can show himself powerful, and now you're saying Asa did a foolish thing? Understand the context of what we're talking about in that verse. King Asa was the king of Judah during that period of history, and he found himself, though he had served the Lord for many years and God had blessed him in many ways and rescued the nation many times before, he found himself becoming aware of the fact that a neighboring king was setting up blockades on his border, positioning himself to invade Judah. But instead of going to the Lord this time, instead of asking the Lord for wisdom and for deliverance, he went to another neighboring king and bribed him to make war on his behalf against the one who's setting up the blockades. The good news is it worked. That neighboring king won that battle, and all of the blockades were torn down, and the war was won in that moment. The bad news is that God sent a prophet, Hananiah, to Asa with words of judgment, and those are the words that conclude 2 Chronicles 16:9. Asa, your heart wasn't fully committed to him. You didn't go to God for your wisdom and for your deliverance. Instead, you trusted the power of this world. You trusted the people of this world. You trusted the systems of this world. And the result is you're going to be at war for the rest of your life. The rest of your time here, you're going to be at war. So it's a huge call, not only to commitment in terms of blessing, but it's a huge reminder of what happens when we don't commit to him. My favorite illustration of that is an umbrella. We all know what umbrellas are for, right? They protect us during times of rain. They kind of shield us from the rain. Maybe they shield us from the sun. They kind of take care of us and protect us. But the problem is you have to walk under the umbrella in order for the umbrella to work. For it to do its job, you have to walk under it. Well, just imagine that this umbrella is being fully committed to God, and he's saying, yes, when you're walking in my blessings, when you're walking in my word, I'm going to cover you. I will be your covering. But when you step out from under my covering, when you decide to look to the world for your answers and for your deliverance, the result is I remove my hand of protection. Tragically, we're watching that happen all around us. We see it happen in families. We see it happen in cities and states and counties and the nation. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord. And quite often we find so many times people walk away from being committed to God and doing life his way. And the result is we're on our own to deal with the calamities that are part of living in a sin-cursed world. For me, and I pray for you, when the Lord goes searching for a heart that's fully devoted to him, he finds you. I think that's why Solomon admonished us in Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with not part of your heart, not some of your heart. Trust in the Lord with all of your heart. And lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. You want God's blessing in your life? You want God's favor in your life? You want God's provision in your life? You want God's protection in your life? The key is don't be afraid to make commitments when God calls you to them. Don't be afraid to step up and say, God, I'm hearing you call, and I'm going to trust that you will make up the difference between what I'm capable of and what this commitment's going to call on me for. And I can't wait to see what you're going to do through my one and only life. God bless you guys as you make God-honoring, biblically based commitments in your life, and you watch God work in your life as a result. God bless you.